What is freaking up? My name is Eve. And my name is Sarah. And we're job professionals. Yep, so I have stuck in my head. It is a sunny day. However, you. I feel brand new. That one? Yeah.
Man, what is freaking up? I'm Sarah,
also, and we are burnt out perfectionists. We're so excited to welcome you to season.
And get ready for more laughter, more insight, and a whole lot of real talk about navigating life's roller coasters and pop culture and that thing that we have.
We've got some interesting discussions planned for this season. And this season we're hoping to have some incredible surprises in store. But as you probably, if you've ever listened to any of our episodes, we just go on the train and follow it to our destination.
Yeah, from like personal stories to views on things that are going on in this. It is very interesting world that we're in at this time. And
what is freaking up? My name is Eve.
My name is Sarah.
To topics
that we have decided.
Oh, Eve, I feel like we just did this yesterday.
We're tackling everything from self-discovery to current events and adding our unique
the springing of the break-in.
Of course. So please like, subscribe, and share. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
for most
YouTube,
people. It's
Instagram,
either sometimes it's off by like a week.
But
and like some places are one week, and then some places aren't. If you're on Australia,
for us, which used to be Twitter.
I think you're on changeover right now.
And of course,
that's what they do in the States. Is they do changeover
all around the same as
and they get like
or burnt out.
They're done school like at the end of May.
Anything that has our cover is,
and then they go back to school in August.
We don't have any
and then they get like I don't think they go to school in December. Like it's like the whole thing. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of like that schedule. I feel like my kid would thrive in air conditioning in August.
So basically, what we mean is mark calendars, hit that subscribe button.
People love to take
and join us on this journey of season 2
in the summer, and I'm the only person.
I was gonna say, call your
my colleague and I are like fall and winter.
Everybody else is
like, oh, I can't take this week off in summer, and I'm like,
and share to all of your friends.
Like, I like air conditioning.
No, we're committed to bringing fresh content every week.
It's like 40 degrees and smoky. Like, I'm fine.
And
some holidays. So,
depending on how we feel.
Yeah.
And you know what? Life's a journey, and we're navigating it one episode at a freaking time.
Going in the pool, you need an umbrella, and I'm just
always stay warped and twisted.
I'm almost wondering, too, like, if it would be more affordable for Canadians. Because I was talking to, like, a lot of the other moms and stuff like that. I mean, there's spring break camps, which are great. So, spring break in the province that we're in, which is British Columbia, is 2 weeks. It was never 2 weeks when I was a fucking kid. We had 2 weeks once when the QP workers went on strike. And that was it. Now it's 2 weeks, but like even if you're looking at like the average daycare is $271 a week. Yeah, the look on your face. A week and that would be Monday through Friday, 7 to 5:30. And your kid doesn't have to be there the whole time. Like you would drop your kid off and stuff like that. And you still have to provide food. So it'd be $271 per week. That would be for a spring break. And $271 is the one that I got quoted from my daughters. But like in the area, I actually looked it up and it's actually like $300 to $500 a week average. All depending on if food is provided. If food's provided, it averages more between $400 and $600.
See, what I feel like that we should do then is that like somebody with a big house, like who...
Oh my God, I said this to my daughter's friend's mom. I was like, fuck, I should just... Yeah. I was like, we should almost like... She goes, you know what we should do is we should like work in pods. So my husband's cousin, who I like to claim as my own, we have kids right around the same age. That's what they did for daycare for the first bit when all the moms started going back because they all had kids that were kind of like a year or 2 years apart. And they would take them to like different people's houses and they would watch them and someone would have 1 week, somebody else would have the next week. So I thought that was super cool. I mean, there's always that saying that goes around that says it takes a village. So, but yeah, I think there's
for like spring break, like those types of time or the random days where it's like Pro D and it's like the weirdest day.
Oh, there's like Pro D days, which I understand what a Pro D day is. It's not the teachers get the day off. The teachers actually go for additional training. Like we know this because but like the other week we had student-led conferences. So the teachers, they stay till freaking 6, 7 o'clock at night So naturally they get time back, and we had like a full day off on a Friday, and then it was like the next time, which was like today, it would be a half day. So I'm just like, sometimes it's like, oh, okay. The cost per day, there we go. No. Is
like 35. What is freaking
up? I mean, it's usually like, but like obviously there's different things you can apply for
we're
too.
So
like in our province, you can apply for
and get ready for real laughter, more insight, and a whole lot of real talk about navigating life's roller coasters and pop culture.
You can get
what's that thing
like,
that we have?
Like it's like a daycare subsidy
We've got
thing.
Some interesting discussions
when
planned
I
for
was
this season.
working,
and
2 jobs when I was working at the
we're
e-commerce
hoping
shop
to
that
have
I
some
did
incredible
before I got laid off.
Store, but
and with our brother,
if you've ever
and with my husband working with all his commissions,
we just
we
go
still
on the train and
qualified to
follow it
have
to our destination.
like half our stuff because you have to submit
personal stories
to the government.
I love things that are
to the
going on in
government.
this
You have to submit all
very
the same
interesting
paperwork that you
world
got
that we're
from the
in
government
at this time,
you filed with the government,
and diving into
and then you fill out all the things, and they're like, oh yeah, you actually get like this
we have
much
decided
towards it
to
so,
hyper-focus
which
on.
is cool. I don't think a lot of people
we're
know
tackling
about stuff
everything
like
from
that.
self-discovery to current
Also,
events.
I know
and
like
adding
everybody's
our
different.
unique
Nobody really talks
burnt
about
out
like money and stuff like
core.
that. But
So please like, subscribe, and share.
You can't
we're
predict
on
like a lot
Apple
of people
Podcasts,
who work
Spotify, YouTube, Instagram,
like
TikTok,
minimum
Pinterest,
wage jobs.
Threads.
They get their schedules like the week of
or the week
X,
like
kind of
same
weeks
thing for
ahead,
us, which used to be
so
Twitter.
it's kind of hard for those things because they come out
and of course
so
we have
early.
Email.
To be like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna book you for these days,
or burnt out perfectionist.
and then you end up kind of
has our
not needing
cover
them, and
us.
then
As of right now, we don't have any fan pages, but if we do,
and that's the whole thing, right? Oh my god, my favorite thing is the adult Hunger Games.
Let's take a journey.
I figured since we're just having a little chatty chat, we'll do that as survive and thread because we did that yesterday.
Subscribe
but the adult Hunger Games, which Eve was almost entered into as a substitute parent.
I was going to say, call your mom.
I was almost entered twice.
Call your sister.
So what I mean by adult Hunger Games for anyone who may not have a child or has a child and is like, Sarah, what do you want
we're
today?
committed to bringing fresh content
that is
every
when
week
you
with breaks only for
get online. You get all that stuff. You've got those booking days start and 7 a.m.
hits, journey, and we're navigating
it. Trying to book your kid in for swimming lessons. You're trying to book your kid in for
always stay warped
camps for spring break, summer break, anything like that. We have like a WhatsApp group for my daughter's school. For the grades because the 2 classes and stuff like that. And we literally all remind each other, like, these are the deadline days. There's this. Okay, the catalog's out. Look at it now. This is when some free events are happening and everything like that. And it's just, I don't know what we do. I almost think we need to have, like, our own email and then have a Google Calendar so everybody has a reminder because the majority of us use Google Calendar.
I would love to be a part of that. Can I organize that?
I'm honestly thinking about it. Because there's so many reminders for stuff. Plus, then you get all the things for school, like spirit days, spelling tests for the grades. You get all that stuff. Can you imagine having an integrated calendar? I think something might be coming out for the schools depending on like what they sign up for. Right now, I can't export the calendar. So I just, they have it all at the bottom and I just copy paste, in the columns and reformat it, which is easy peasy lemon squeezy. But I would thrive just to have it where you just like plug it in and it's good to go.
If I just started a blog and I'm not even a parent, it's just like the ant crew,
right? And that's the whole thing is like, Eve made our Google Calendar because she got so annoyed with all of us trying to schedule ourselves and then forgetting about things.
No, my never piss off is I went from a full-time position to a part-time position where my rotation changes.
Yeah.
Almost to the day, I would get a text message. Do you work today? Do you work tomorrow? Do you work this day? Do you work this day? And I'd have to answer, which is like fine. But it would be like Sarah, then it'd be our mom, and then it'd be somebody else, and then it'd be constant, and I was just so done with it. So I built, and started off with a work calendar, and then we would put things in the family chat of dates and then they would get lost. So then I made a family calendar and then I made a whole family calendar and then I made Sarah's household a calendar.
Yeah.
Because I was so tired with getting text messages going, is it here? Is it here? Everybody has their own color. Everybody, like, you put it in the calendar.
I made my husband bright yellow so that way you could see it and also because he has colors of the company that he works for.
literally, I was like, make the bright color. Because then you can add it as a widget on your phone.
I know, which he's so funny. He'll be like, oh my God, what are we doing? Which, if you're listening right now, Ben, you can laugh. I'm out. And the number one thing I say is, it's on the Google Calendar. And he's like, what? Then I have my own Google that I've had forever. It's still my old last name. And I plug all the extra stuff in for me. Like,
I'm Sarah,
when the
and we are burnt out perfectionists. We're so excited to welcome you to the season
to the family calendar.
And get ready for more laughter, more insight, a whole lot of real
congratulations,
talk
guys. This is when I'm paying bills and being an adult.
Pop culture.
This is when I pick my ass.
What's that thing that we have?
And yeah, so that we have it all in there, which
some
it's
interesting
great.
Discussions planned,
and it
for
just
this
makes
season.
it so much easier when we're like looking at stuff and figuring things
some incredible
out.
surprises in store, but
yeah,
as you probably, if you've ever listened to any of our episodes,
oddly enough,
we just go on the train and follow
to our
to
topic for today.
Yeah, from
which
like personal stories to views on things that are going on in this.
Practical tips for
very interesting world that we're in at this time.
By Reddit. Okay, so when I'm looking for tips on how to do things, like organize them and stuff like that,
we have decided.
I don't just look on Pinterest.
We're tackling everything from
great, but
self-discovery to
sometimes
current
you
events
like
and
one thing on
adding our
Pinterest and then you
unique
get 85 of
burnt
them.
out perfectionist twist.
Or
of course.
you
so please
make,
subscribe and share.
I like that you can make a
on
board now and
Apple
they have
Podcasts,
more ideas.
Spotify, YouTube,
and like
Instagram,
TikTok, out from there,
Pinterest,
which is nice.
Threads.
I also find that sometimes it holds on to one aspect of the pin that you pinned, and you're like, that's not the reason why I pinned it.
Newly,
I know. Like, it was really funny the other day. My algorithm suddenly decided that I was one who smoked
anything
in the
that has our cover is us,
which I've never done that in my life.
Pages, but
it's just not my jam. I have wicked bad asthma, and I'm just not really. I don't partake in the extra activities. Well, I used to partake in alcohol a lot between 19 and 26, but not.
And join us on this journey of season 2.
I've never been like anyone who's tried any like recreational stuff outside of that.
Call your dad. Call your sister.
I was literally getting all these things, and I was like, "What the fuck do these mean?"
all of your friends.
And I was so confused.
No,
and
we're committed to bringing fresh content every week with breaks only for natural disasters and some holidays.
Those are all weed references.
Because you know what? Life's a journey, and we're navigating it one episode at
any of this stuff means. And then after she said that, my algorithm went even crazier, and I was just like, what I like is you can do like the not interested.
Yeah.
Like sometimes my TikTok feed gets dark and creepy as shit. And I'm like, where the fuck did this go? I was watching people dance. I was watching, pardon me, that Celsius hit real hard. Watching like dad and mom chats talk about their funny things that their kids set for the week.
Yeah.
I'm watching that adorable girl who does the Amazon Canada hauls. I'm watching the lipstick lesbians review some makeup and teach me all about the ingredients.
Oh, yeah.
You look really shocked. You probably know exactly who I'm talking about. It's like Christine and Alex. I love them.
I also, for some reason, am on the side of TikTok where I have like the two moms and they like one of them's pregnant.
Oh, really?
I don't know why, but also I just find it fascinating. And then like not like fascinating lesbians, but like the whole like IVF journey.
Oh yeah, and I get random stuff too. Like I'll get like dance things and stuff, but like I don't get a bunch of things. I get a lot of podcasts for probably obvious reasons like this one.
Mine is fulfilled with backyard basement yard.
Yeah.
The one of the two was Joey and
what about those guys who like clean carpets or like pressure wash shit? So satisfying. So the other place that I go for information is a place that some people don't really go to. It used to be known as the Nerdy Hangout. It is the Tumblr of the 20. When did Reddit start? I don't even know. Like a while ago.
Like 2013.
I want to say, yeah, it was a while ago. Anyways, I heard about it and I was like, oh, this is great. Basically, it's just like a forum if you've never been on it. And there's a million different subjects and you can go in. One of them is like ADHD hacks. One of them is, oh my God, I found out I had ADHD. Like stuff like that. There's tons of different subjects. If you like something, you can probably find something on Reddit. There's also some really hilarious stuff, some very adult content stuff, and just random debates that are back and forth that are always good. But I went on there because I've talked about her before, I believe in the last episode. But First Coffee has like, she calls them mom hacks or simplifying your life, stuff like that. And we see ones that always state that they're specifically ADHD hacks. And then you see people who are like life hacks in general. Like the ones like that. What's that guy's name? Jordan Stallion or whatever on TikTok. Like he'll talk about, now he just almost specifically does recipes. Oh. But he'll talk about like random things like, or the guy who does things I didn't learn until I turned 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
So like things like that. So things where you're just like, oh my God, why wasn't I taught this in school? Because this would make my life so much easier. You're like, what the fuck? I didn't need to buy a gadget for that.
What is freaking up? I mean,
I'm Sarah.
They used to have like home ec classes and stuff. We're so excited to welcome you to season.
Oh, they literally.
Where did that class
get ready
go?
For more laughter,
oh my God!
More insight. So
when I was in home ec, navigating life's roller coasters,
we made chocolate chip cookies, which is funny because I used to make chocolate chip cookies like every week on Sunday, and I was like, "We're seriously making them?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was like,
"Interesting discussions planned for this season.
Can I make my own recipe?" And she was like, "Oh, right. You need to make sure that you can measure them out." And they made us measure them out.
As you probably, if you've ever
and weigh stuff, it was just like not my job. I'm like, no, I can like eyeball this. And she was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, from like personal stories to views on things that are going on in this.
Probably never heard this podcast.
Very interesting world that we're in at this time.
Black Cauldron,
and diving into top.
It's not rude, but like it was weird how much she looked like her.
That we have decided to hyperfocus.
She was like, "Okay,"
and we're tackling everything from self-discovery to current events and adding our unique,
which that will forever be the ride or die favorite thing that my husband loves.
Subscribe and share
because like I don't know what is in that recipe, but it's delicious.
YouTube,
I used to make them all the time.
Pinterest,
and I'd made cheese scones, which are different, obviously.
X kind of same thing for us.
And I was like, "Oh, I just made these like the past Sunday because we had
Snapchat, and of course we had
to use up and stuff." And she goes,
all around the same as Burnt Out Perfectionist
like,
or
I helped other people
pod.
do stuff.
Anything that has
also,
our cover is us. As of right now, we don't have any fan pages, but us we do.
And served with like
chicken and gravy
and
savory sometimes. Yeah,
well, scones are like more of a heavier bread. So basically, what we mean is mark calendars, hit that subscribe button, and join us on this journey of season 2 of Burnt Out.
Biscuits, like what they say in
I
like
was
Europe
say, call
and
your
Australia,
mom.
Yeah, like that.
Call your dad.
But
call your sister.
Yeah, it was really funny. So like my home ec teacher was kind of just like,
to all of
like,
your
do you have anything
friends.
Else that I could like learn how to make?
No,
and
we're committed to bringing fresh content every week.
Bread?
With breaks
Believe it or not,
only
I
for
made bread at that chance. Then I had a solid
some
10-15 years where I could not make bread.
How we feel.
And then I figured out how to make bread again.
Journey, and we're navigating it one episode at a freaking time.
But yeah, and then the only other thing they had us make was they gave us 6 classes to make a pair of pajama shorts or pajama pants. Eve, how long have I been making pajama shorts and pajama pants for? She doesn't know because she wasn't alive because I'm old as fuck. I literally, our mom taught me how to make scrunchies and like elastic band shorts.
Yeah.
When I was like 5 or 6 years old one summer because it was hot as shit outside. And she was like, I'm like, I really learned how to sew. She did the mazes with the needles and stuff like that. And that was like one of the first things I made. So literally she goes, oh, we're making these. I was like, dope. Cut it all out. Everyone's taking forever. And I'm like, what the fuck? Zip it all together, do all the stuff. I literally sew them all together. We had an hour and 20 minutes per class. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Here you go. And she looks at me stunned. And I was like, what? I used the pattern. I didn't bring these from home. Like, I used the pattern that you gave us. And she goes, Sarah, it's supposed to take 6 classes. And I was like, to make pajama shorts?
It takes 10 hours to make pajama shorts.
And she goes, yeah, the boys aren't that quick at stuff like this. And I was just like, oh, okay. And she's like, do you want to be my happy helper? And I was like, sure. Is there nothing else that you want me to make? She's like, no. So it was so funny. I helped all these other people make their stuff. And then I took all the scraps and made scrunchies. Because I was bored and she had extra elastic. But I think she went and had a nap in her class or something after.
Moved.
Right?
But all of those tips and tricks that they learned on TikTok, one of the main ones that I feel like is laundry.
Yeah, a lot of them, it was very like laundry heavy was a big one. Obviously, household organization is a huge thing. Now, please remember, we are not experts. We are not doctors. We are not... Eve's like, fuck you, I am an expert in organization. But I mean, like... Some of these things we haven't even tried ourselves. We'll comment if we have or not, or like what we've done. But some of the ones that we have here, pre-sort laundry into bins, matching washing machine capacity.
I would like someone to please outline the reasoning on why I need to sort my laundry.
Okay, so one of the number one things on this feed was just wash everything in cold and leave all the whites out and go from there.
So I don't know my clothing.
Yeah, obviously.
I like, I feel like this is for the people who wear, like, business casual.
Maybe.
I wear, like, cotton t-shirts. Yeah, to work. I wear crew necks. I have the same pants. Like, I don't mix my work laundry with my home laundry because that's gross. But
because you're a healthcare worker.
Why? Yeah. And I don't know what's on them. And the smell sometimes when I come home, never know.
Yeah.
Why do I need to sort my laundry? Like, what is freaking up? Between colors. I wear the same color scheme.
And we are
like, if people are following their color analysis, you don't need to sort your freaking laundry.
And get ready
Another
for
thing
more laughter, more
that
insight,
I
and a
figured
whole lot
out
of real
with
talk about
this
navigating
is
life's
people didn't
roller
know
coasters and
what
pop
stain
culture
catchers
and,
were.
what's
Have you
that
ever heard of
thing that
stain
we
catchers?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, I know. I was
We've
like, you
got
look confused, so
some
either you
interesting
know or you
discussions
do not
planned
know.
for this
So
season.
basically, a stain catcher is
and
like a
this
product
season
you can buy. They're usually by like Shout and other like major,
but as you probably,
like,
if you've ever listened to any of our episodes,
what are they called?
we just go on the train and follow it to our destination.
Yeah, from like personal stories to views on things that are going on in this very interesting world
shout out
that
to
we're
Prince
in
George because I know we have some listeners from there.
Diving into topics that we have decided
throw them into their laundry, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I put them in there."
We're
and I'm
tackling everything.
You know
from
what I do?
self-discovery to
Majority of my clothes
and
are
adding our
black,
unique burnt out
or dark blue
twist, of course.
And
so
I choose my own adventure.
Subscribe, and
my husband
share.
is no longer a plumber, so
Spotify,
there's no
YouTube, Instagram,
your
TikTok,
clothes go in
Pinterest,
on this day, and then
Threads.
I wash the washing machine after because
it
it
we
was
really
gross.
on Threads.
But like
X, kind of same thing.
a
for
lot
us,
of stuff
which
that we
used to be
wear is
Twitter.
that. My kid has
Snapchat,
a separate
we have
laundry
email.
basket for her uniform
all
that she
around
wears
the
for
same
school.
as burnt up
The only thing I separate out from that is the white,
anything
the
that has
white
our
shirts
cover
that she
is
has.
us. As of right
Because
now, we
dear
don't have any
God,
fan pages.
I have to like pre-treat them. I actually have to use the white cycle on my washing machine. Because if you've listened to a couple episodes past, I just washed everything on quick wash until my
basically what we mean is
washing machine actually
calendars,
lectured
hit that
me
subscribe
to not
button,
do that.
and join us on this
like,
journey of season 2 of Burnt Out.
That's different. Like if you have,
I was gonna say, call your mom.
Like you don't make
Call
those
your
things,
dad.
but I'm like the
Call
people
your
that are
sister.
like, this is my underwear and
like,
socks.
subscribe,
These are
and
my
share
light
to all of your
t-shirts
friends
that have
No,
minimal
we're
committed to
graphics.
bringing fresh content every week.
Oh my gosh,
with breaks only for
shove it in the
natural
washer, please.
disasters and
That's
some
what I
holidays.
do. If I have
Depending on
graphic
how we
t-shirts
feel.
and I really
because you know
like the
what,
graphic
life's a
t-shirt,
journey,
I
and we're
usually just make sure it's
navigating
inside
it
out.
one
That's about it.
episode
Also, when
at a
people are like,
freaking time.
Have a separate hamper for clothes.
Always
too
stay
clean to
warped
put
and
away.
twisted as ever.
Do you mean your in between sweaters?
Yeah, okay, so like when you wear something, but then you're like, oh, I could probably get 1 to 2 more. Like if you don't get food on yourself, like I have garlic aioli all over my titties today because I think more went on my titties than it did in my mouth.
But at the same time, I just like, I have one sweater that I'll like put on after work and I just put it away and then I take it back out. Why am I putting it in an in-between pile?
I know.
So that's opening the way.
So that is to prevent a floor which is, that was quoted by the ADHD love people. I don't know if that was coined before that, but a floor drobe is when you basically look like you were abducted by aliens and all your clothes land all over the ground and they just continue to pile up and then you have no more carpet and you just have clothes.
Or when people are like, I have nothing to wear in movies and they throw everything on the floor.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have movie magic where everything's picked up.
Well, and that's the whole thing, right? So there's stuff like that. So it's like, have an extra basket in your room where, say, if you don't want to put it back in with your clean clothes, then you just throw it over there and then you can grab it. My husband essentially does that. We have those over the door hooks in our room and he'll just like hang his stuff on there and then like grab it in the morning because he wears a uniform, right? For work. Another thing that I did for a while was have a laundry basket upstairs because my husband gets hot and cold. My daughter will get up, put leggings on and a t-shirt and then have like a hoodie or whatever. And then she'll want to get changed or say we run upstairs. Oh my God, like yesterday, like we were late for hockey, but we ran upstairs and like got her changed and just put her in all her stuff and stuck her in her car seat and then drove her down because it was like 5 minutes down the street. And it was just like, then that stuff is upstairs. So like, I know you can go in and pick it up, but it's like another thing where you could just like throw it in there. So that way, I don't know if you have surprise visit people, which I'm just like, hi, this is the way my house looks like. I live here.
I also like,
excuse me.
I know that a lot of people forget about the laundry. I do sometimes. If I'm doing laundry, I don't leave downstairs.
I just make sure all my alerts are on. If I, most of the time though, I stay downstairs. Like I'll be like, oh, I'll go through my daughter's books I'll go underneath her bed where I have all the tubs of like different various clothing. Shout out to Morgan, who gives me hand-me-down clothing, and be like, oh, okay, this looks like this will fit her, or change out seasonal stuff, or pull out uniform pieces that don't fit and then list them on like the swap site that we have for her school. Like, I try to find other things to do, clean the bathroom. So I'm still within the area, but like the one thing that I make sure that I actually
what is freaking
do
up?
not quick wash.
I'm Sarah,
or
and
like
we are
run on a ski-year cycle
we're so
is like
excited to welcome you
bedding.
to season,
And I'll put the bedding
and
in,
get ready for
and
more laughter, more
sometimes
insight,
depending
a whole
on
lot
like,
of real
because I have a
talk
king
about
size
navigating
bed,
life's
our
roller
daughter has a
coasters
queen size
and
bed,
pop culture.
and if I'm washing everything,
it's that thing that we
obviously
have.
that's more than one load.
We've
shove
got
it in.
some interesting discussions planned for this season.
My washing machine will literally yell at me because it like goes back and forth. I have to wait like 5 minutes, and it'll be like overloaded.
As you probably,
please take something out. I'm like,
any of our episodes,
she's got like
we
one
just
of those
go on the
lighter
train and follow
things.
it to our
Anywho,
destination.
I use
like
the bedding
personal
cycle, and that could be like 2
on
hours.
things that are
and then
going
I'm
on
like,
in this
fuck it, here we go.
very interesting
I have
world that we're in.
One extra set.
And diving
then
into
the one set that's in the wash. So the one set, as soon as I take everything off,
we have decided
I immediately put on the new set.
We're tackling everything from self-discovery to current events and adding our
tired, you decide to go on a walk, or you went grocery shopping, and then you go to put your kid to bed, and you're like,
subscribe and share.
We're just
on
a
Apple
mattress.
Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest,
right?
Threads.
I feel like the other thing is
kind of
that, like,
is anybody really on Threads?
I feel like there's also a misconception
same thing
between
for us, which used to be
ADHD
Twitter,
and having a clean
newly Snapchat, and
like,
of course
people are like, oh, you have ADHD,
all
your house
around
is
the
mess.
same as
Burnt Out Perfectionist or Burnt Out Perfectionist
So,
Pod.
no.
Anything that has our cover
I know for
is
me,
us.
there's
As of right now, we
two
don't have any
lands
fan
of-
pages, but if we do,
like I'm not the best. I'll be really on dishes.
Yeah, let's take a journey.
Sometimes.
Yes.
And sometimes I
so
won't.
basically what
I think
we
what
mean
it is
mark
I
calendars,
don't want to do
hit
them
that
every day.
subscribe
So now I've decided if I do them every second day, because I have a dishwasher, so I can do them every second day.
I was going to say, call
and
your
then I
mom.
just kind of like rinse out
Call
pans
your
and stuff
dad.
that I use for cooking.
Call your sister.
That is better
Please
for me,
like,
and it feels like less
subscribe,
heavy.
and share
And
to
that's
all of
worked
your
for the past bit.
friends.
Well, since she came to my fucking house
No,
and picked
we're
up all the
committed
little
to
piles
bringing
that were
fresh
distracting
content
the
every
shit out
week
of me.
with breaks only for
And then
natural disasters.
The
and some
laundry.
holidays.
Yeah,
The laundry will always be a
because you
thing.
know
I
what,
know
life's
you're
a
like,
journey, and we're navigating
Kira,
it
your kid wears
one
a uniform.
episode at a
Yeah, she does.
time.
But in the
Always stay
spring,
warped
do
and
you
twisted
think
as
that
ever.
kids come back with clean? She basically has to wear a new pair of pants every day because she's covered in mud or something. And that's not just my kid. That's all kids. Or like her knee, she gets like a hole in her knee. Then I bring it to our mom because I'm like, Mommy, can you fix this for me?
I mean, like, when people, like, not the, like, of having a clean home.
Yeah.
But people will be like, oh my God, I have an ADHD home. And it is, like, hoarder level.
Well, it goes from polar opposites. So what I was going to say is you've been to one of my best friends, Jen's house, and she has ADHD.
Yeah.
And her house, you could eat off the floor. It is like immaculate.
But also you notice that, like, she has specific items for specific things.
Yeah.
So, like,
she has like, maybe I'll take a picture and put it on our thing because she has the dry erase board and she made me one. And then she has like these little icons along the bottom and the kids check off. And one of them's like a mystery item that they do in the morning. It's super cute.
I know, but those types of things, I just, like, if you figure out what's kind of easier for you, like, I'm looking at this room, and after I'm finished with the craft room, I will be cleaning up this room.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can always help with stuff like that, too.
Need to fix it wrong. But I don't know, some of it I'm like, I feel like you just gotta focus on one area.
You do have to focus on one area, like, to the best of your ability. So what I've done is I've done the laundry basket method. If you have extra laundry baskets, or if you got a box, or what we all have in Canada laying around, those fucking reusable bags, is you take them and you're like, okay, well, this bag is for a kid's room. This bag is for my room. This bag is for the bathrooms. And you kind of like carry them all around. My husband laughs because I'll like, if I have a bunch of bags for each room, when I'm going around in an area, I'll like loop the broom through and carry them around.
That's what I did for your house. So I was like, okay, this goes into this here, this goes into this room. But I find that people will be like, okay, my house is a mess. I need to install a new system. And I'm like, no, you just gotta like work with it.
Also, like, in my personal opinion, you do not install a system until you've fully cleaned and debulked everything out of your house. Because what can happen is you can overbuy or over accommodate for stuff, spend too much money, and then you're like, well, shit, I didn't need all this stuff.
Yeah.
Also, I have a rule that unless it's broken, I do not get rid of any like organization containers, any of those like under the shelf wire things that you can get, Lazy Susans. I don't get rid of any of that stuff because you can clean it and use it somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. And then you just have like, I feel a pile of that is great because you're just like, okay, then that's out of the way.
I'm Sarah, and we are burnt out perfectionists.
I feel like we're so excited
when the
to listen
clicky
to
clocky
season
might be going away. And get ready for more laughter, more insight, and a whole lot of real talk about navigating life's roller coasters
my drawers don't look like
culture.
Yeah,
and
like drawers don't need to look like
that. My drawers makes me immediately think of my underpants.
Some interesting discussions planned for this season.
My drawers for the longest time, it was like either the clothes were sitting in the basket folded on the ground, or they were in the dresser, and I was like, well, if they're in the dresser, they need to be. Like, I want them folded perfectly so I can see them
on things that are going on.
Make sure everything's in there.
Very interesting.
What I noticed was the clothes were just sitting in the basket, and nothing was going away, and I was getting more and more frustrated. But like I was sitting there wanting to do it, or having a restless sleep because I wasn't doing it.
We're tackling everything from self-discovery to current events and adding our
in the dresser. And then when I have a minute where I feel like I want to do something, I just fold it, subscribe, and share. Or if I'm looking for something,
Apple Podcasts,
the other day I was looking for something that I was talking to Katrina about,
Pinterest.
And I was like, I gotta find it. So I pulled all the hoodies out because I thought I put
X, kind of same thing for us,
stuff in the
which used to
corner,
be Twitter,
like the
newly
corner thing of it. And I was like,
and of course we have email.
What's not there? I'm like, well, I got them all out
around
now.
the same
There's
as
only so many
Burnt Out
sweaters. I'll just fold these and put them away.
Pod, anything that has our cover
that kind of brings it down to
right now. We don't have any fan pages.
So other things that we saw were like 15 minutes daily for cleaning a specific area.
Yes. So
utilize
basically what we mean
buckets,
is mark
which is
calendars,
essentially what I was talking about, where you have the thing.
Button.
But a bucket is like for items you need to put away. Like say if you're in the kitchen,
I was going to say, call your mom,
and you always went to the kitchen,
call your sister,
put away your groceries,
please like
and
subscribe. And share to all of your friends.
I don't know, a new toothbrush.
No, we're committed to bringing fresh content every week.
You say they're in 2 different locations. You put your toothbrush in the bucket location, so that way
depending on how we
you can just deal with it after. But it's not
we're navigating
it
one episode.
One thing that I have
freaking
is
time.
I go grocery shopping on the weekend, either early Saturday morning or early Sunday morning, depending on activities. And I immediately, as soon as we get home, I put the groceries away. And before I leave to go to the grocery store, I clean my entire fridge. I used to do it on Wednesdays, but I'll clean my entire fridge, wipe it all down so I know what's in there. I check all the sauces because we all have that one sauce where you're like, holy shit, buddy, you're old. Why are you in here?
I don't understand how if they still appear. You clean the fridge and you're like, how is there another?
I don't know. Sometimes they just appear or you're like, fuck. Like, I have 3 of these.
I saw this really interesting one on TikTok because I haven't been on Reddit in a long time. That you put your like vegetables in the door instead of your condiments, and you put your condiments in your vegetable drawer.
Okay, I saw that, and the only thing is like in my rental, they got us a new fridge like during the vid, and the bars, like the railing bars for it, the bottom is too large, like where I still sometimes have condiment puddles that just like yeet themselves right out of it. But it's also, they're not that strong.
Yeah.
So like I've had it where they're like bending out. I'm like, oh my God, is that going to break? So, I mean, it can be good. But what I did is I have in my crispers, like the bottom drawers where they tell you to put your vegetables, I would never eat them, never find them, and nor would all of them fit with the amount of produce that my kid eats. So I put all the like cheese, pepperoni, and stuff like that in one. And then in the other one, I put all my like non-dairy stuff, and then like the blocks of like margarine or non-dairy butter or stuff like that. I put that in a separate bin, like all those little things that kind of like get in the way, or like cream cheese, things like that. And then I have these 2, they're the white bins with the handle pullouts from IKEA, and you could almost use them like a whiteboard, so I'll write on them with like dry erase marker.
Yeah.
And I have one that says like dinner meat, one that says breakfast meat, because my husband is not awake in the morning. So I have those separated. I have all my drinks at the bottom. Because I don't know if when you have a fridge, you have to figure out how that fridge works. You do not determine how the fridge works. Like the bottom right-hand side of the specific style of refrigerator that I have, it literally says, put your milk and anything that is quick to spoil down there. So my kid still drinks cow's milk. My husband will have that. But I have like oat milk and stuff. And they said, keep all your meat on the bottom. That's the coldest area. So I did that. And then like the middle shelf is where all the produce goes. But it can't go all the way to the back because no matter what the fuck I do, if you push it all the way to the back, and if I don't have any containers, not cut up in containers,
and get ready for more laughter, more insight, and a whole lot of real talk about navigating life's roller coasters and pop culture.
They push it all the way back. Sometimes it'll freeze.
That thing,
and then bread and stuff like that.
We've
bread,
got
eggs,
some interesting discussions
and
planned
the
for this
larger
season.
sauces, like your like
and this
spaghetti
season
sauces
we have
and stuff like that, like
has some incredible
leftovers if you don't use the whole jar.
But as you probably, if you've ever
and
listened to any of our
leftovers
episodes
for food, or
we just go on the train and follow it to our destination.
So like we had to figure out like
from
what
like
worked best.
personal stories to views on things that are going on in this
invented those
very interesting
the
world
organization
that we're in at this time.
I feel like
and diving into
I'm going to get a double door fridge
that we have
freezers in the bottom and there's a cooling door for snacks.
We're tackling everything from self-discovery to current
that's
events
ideal. I
and
think
adding
Jen
our
just got one of
unique
those.
Of course she
burnt out
did.
perfectionist
Because they had to replace their fridge, and I think they have that double one where it has like the one on the inside,
YouTube,
the one on the outside, the double door.
I can't deal with those
Threads.
I don't know how they work.
Kind of.
I feel like
why do I need multiple options?
X kind of same
I don't know
for
how
us,
secure it
which
would be. I
used to
feel
Twitter.
like that's a finger situation for me.
And of course we have
slam my
email.
fingers. But like
all around the same as burnt out perfectionist or burnt out perfectionist.
The fridge freezers are not the best. So I grabbed the clear shoe containers that fit perfectly in mine
but us we do.
from like Home Depot.
Hi.
And put all my frozen stuff so it was sticking up in it. Because if not, it's like a choose your own adventure.
So
what
basically,
are you
what we
going
mean
to find
is
today?
mark calendars.
I find
hit that subscribe.
Like our fridge
is and join us on
like,
this journey of season 2 of burnt out.
Like we'll put the vegetables in it.
I was going to say, call your mom
in the
call your dad,
them in the drawer.
call your
keep
sister.
Vegetables in the drawer.
Please,
like,
because then you don't have to look at them
and share to
but
all of your friends.
I just want to get a new fridge. No, we're committed to bringing fresh content every week with breaks only for
I'm like random side note, but there's this guy who restores old fridges
because you know what, life's a journey.
And he's showing all the stuff that's all the old features that they used to have. I'm like, who the fuck decided we didn't need those? One of them is literally like there's a pole down the middle, and you can totally swing the shelf out and like roll it all around.
Oh my god, the lazy suit. It's like those corner cabinets that people have.
Yeah, or you can like pull the freaking shelf all the way out
like a dishwasher,
like not out and you're holding it, like out as in it's still supported and it's on like a rolly rack. Like
I don't know why those things have been removed. Some of the other things for like specifically meal preparation and cooking, dishes, I feel like they're just such a difficult thing.
First off, Eve does not have a dishwasher.
I don't. I've never had a dishwasher. Okay, so I don't know what it's like to, like, when I hear Sarah complaining about dishes, I'm like, dude, I have to hand wash all of them. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so in my defense, I did not have a dishwasher for the longest time. And then even when I, like, lived by myself or with a roommate, I would rarely ever use the dishwasher because I was not used to using the dishwasher.
Yeah.
And our parents would always be like, oh, just, like, rinse it off and clean it, like, as you go. And I was like, oh, okay. And I still do that now. Like, some places, I feel like I'm still programmed in that routine and it's fine. At home, I'm like, I'm fucking tired. Or I've got a million other things to do. I'm like, I'll do it later. Which I know is, like, a death sentence for people like us. But, when it comes to, I know there's just something with dishes, like if you're not on it and it's so bad. I've done it where you like put half your dishes away and only have enough dishes out. Like if you have 3 people in your house, you have 3 plates, 3 bowls, 3 spoons, stuff like this. But then it's like, if my kid has yogurt and then she has applesauce and we're ready to go, it's like, okay, go. It's an extra step, I know. I still don't have as much out as I could because my husband came with a lot of dishes. A lot of dishes. But yeah, it's like one of the number one things I don't think of. Oh my God, me learning how to use a dishwasher and figuring out how to stack things properly and put stuff in. I know Ben was like, why are you looking at me weird? I'm like, dude, I didn't have a dishwasher. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, like we replaced one before we moved out of the house that we had, that I like lived in for a solid part of my life. But we never used the dishwasher. We replaced it because the real estate agent suggested it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I like don't know what to do. Also, I didn't know that you had to clean all this stuff. Like, you know what? You remember like the realizations of like you have to wash the washing machine and drain all the stuff out because none of us read the fucking things. Or it was so funny because I got my washer and dryer from Trail Appliances and they literally were like, here's a sample of the thing. So this is what you do. This is when you want to do it. And he like showed me,
I'm Sarah,
opened up the port and everything. So everything
we're so excited to welcome you to season
TikTok, and I'm
get
just
ready
like,
for more laughter,
I
more
needed
insight,
someone to show me that stuff
because
I
navigating life's
really
roller coasters and
they also
pop culture
give
and
cards with the LG washer machines, and they're like laminated and they have suction.
We've got some interesting discussions planned for this season. And this season we have the washer has some incredible spreads. Was like when people would look at me and they're like, "Did you ever remove any of our episodes from the dryer?"
We just go on the train and
does nobody do that right when they do it?
From like personal stories
I do it in between.
Views on things that are going on in this.
Pull it out.
Very
as soon as I empty the dryer
at this time,
I empty the thing.
And
because there was that one lecture the firefighters came and gave when I'm in school, and I was like,
decided
the maple syrup people. Oh my god, did you know
we're tackling everything from self-discovery to current events and adding our unique.
No, when I had it, I think they used just regular dry eyes.
So please
I don't know if this is
subscribe and share. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Threads.
I mean, they always made me go out the window because I was the tall girl.
X, kind of same thing for us, which used to be Twitter.
Elementary schools,
Newly,
I think
Snapchat,
this is across,
and of course we have
most of British Columbia.
All
The fire safety would come in. They would usually bring this like tiny home pod. Anything that has our cover is us as a group. Now we don't have those two groups. One went to the top bedroom and one went to the bottom bedroom. You would wake up, you would hear the fire alarm go off.
Let's take a journey.
Like there was like 5 or 6 people in the small room.
Basically, what
they would lock the door. They would teach you how to do it. Hit the back of your hand on, yada yada. You would smell the smoke.
On this journey of season 2 of
maple syrup.
Perfectionist.
And so then they would teach you through all of that. Like fire safety, climbing out the window and stuff like that.
Like,
it was a tiny
subscribe, and share to all of your friends.
But those are the things they would teach you, and then they would give you a lecture for 20 minutes every week. With breaks only for natural
you need to make sure this
can light on fire, this can light on fire, this can light on fire.
Because you know what, life's a journey, and we're navigating it one episode at a freaking time.
Oh, where was the other one that I saw?
Always stay warped and
something
twisted as
that
ever.
we have done for years, and some people are like, "What the fuck are you doing? Taking closet doors off?"
Well, yeah, then I have to look at my wardrobe, and that has to be cutting.
Well, the other thing that it prevents is like the push, shove, and close the door.
Bicycle closet doors are just a safety hazard.
What the fuck? I don't know how many times I squished my fucking finger in them. It's not even funny. It hurts.
Or just like make pocket doors.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. Is I would love pocket doors everywhere in my life, and I know everyone's like, but that's more like for RVs and all this other. I don't give a fuck if there's a wall and there's nothing else next to it. I want a fucking pocket door. Because then you don't have to worry about like the clearance. Like imagine all the different ways I could move my room if I didn't have to worry about the fucking door opening. Did we do that? Or some people use like garment racks and stuff like that. If they don't have like a fully open closet, they'll have like just like regular like garment racks or like plan their outfits out ahead of time.
I have a food one. I know this is going to be random because you brought this up when you went to the dollar store.
Right.
So like candy, every like once in a while I like to have a piece of candy, but I like to be fake
piece of candy
for I'd say close to 6 or 7 years.
Oh yeah.
I have had a candy jar in the house.
Oh, yeah.
That has been filled with random, like, gummy candy specifically because I just like gummy candies. Why in this God's green earth did they start calling it candy salad?
I feel like some people could just, like, justify it. I had salad today.
It was like, I was sitting there and it popped up and I sent it to Sarah and I was like, what is this?
I know. I was like, candy salad. People are like, this is what I'm contributing to our candy salad. No, guys, that's like just a grab bag full of candy.
Literally, it's a pick and mix.
I think it's because they don't have 5-cent candies at grocery stores like convenience stores where you can like pick out your own stuff anymore.
I wonder, but I don't know. That also helped a lot because if I wanted one piece of candy, I could just grab it and keep going. And it wasn't like, oh, I want a piece of candy. I'm going to search for 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
To see if I can find a piece of candy.
You know what I cannot get on board for?
What?
One of the things that people made where they're like, make your meals ahead of time. So like I could be
meal prep.
Okay, so what I can do is there's different types of meal prep to me. So, like, I could make, like, a bunch of pasta or, like, rice and vegetables and stuff like that. And I would have it all in separate containers.
Yeah.
And then I would take those 3 separate containers out and then build my container each day.
Yes.
I can't do the grab-and-go containers, like, where you just, like, put them all in, because it just, like...
It gets mushy.
There's a texture thing. Also, the instill of utter paranoia that was given to me with Food Safe, where they're like, if you keep meat next to starch, technically it spoils faster.
Like,
obviously, I'm keeping all of this in the fridge.
I'm Sarah, and we are burnt out perfectionists. We're so excited to welcome you to season.
Yeah, but my whole thing is,
and get ready for I'm
totally going to eat that. And I get like 3 days in, and I'm like,
navigating life's roller coasters and
so
pop culture. And
like what we did last summer, and like every summer, it seems like we're better at it. Is we do one pan meals. We've got some interesting discussions planned for the season. Rice the one day, and then we put in a wrap the next day. We're hoping to have some incredible surprises in store. But as you probably, if you've ever listened to any of our episodes, like we just go on the train and follow it to our destination.
Why is it always
from like personal stories to views on things that are going on in this?
They're gross.
Very interesting world that we're in at this time, and diving into topics.
No, it doesn't.
I like overnight oats, but I could never eat them all the time.
We're tackling everything from self-discovery to current events and adding our
what's your like number one
twist of
like say like
so please
food,
like, subscribe, and share. We're on Apple Podcasts,
not even just like
Spotify,
shopping
YouTube,
for food,
Instagram,
or even just
TikTok,
like storing
Pinterest,
food in the fridge. Like
Threads,
what's your
kind
main
of
thing that
isn't
you do?
We really on Threads?
Don't
X kind of same thing for us, which used to be Twitter.
Only getting one
newly Snapchat, and of course we have
if you're gonna go grocery shopping and you don't have the same as burnt out perfectionist or burnt out perfectionist pod, anything that has our cover is Tuesday. I'm gonna have right now. We don't have any fan pages, but if we do, like food for the week. And you're like thinking about dinners that you think you have for the week. And then get the items for that. Don't buy all of the items for like. So basically, what we mean is mark calendars, hit that subscribe button, and join us on this journey of season 2 of Burnt Out. And then be like, oh, I didn't buy Suzuki.
I was gonna say, call your mom.
No, I can't make it.
Call your dad.
Call your sister. Like, I didn't do this.
Please,
if she's gonna do it,
subscribe. And
like recognize that,
to all of
but
your
also
friends.
Don't make complicated meals if you know you're going to be busy. To bringing fresh
I think that was a big thing that I learned in the last like 2-3 years, that you don't need to make these like overcomplicated meals. So you can just make
because you know what, life's a journey, and we're navigating it one episode at a freaking time.
Food. I have always stay warped and twisted as ever. I don't need a lot in general. I've been getting better.
Yes,
but if you can find a food like. Substitutes are not the same thing. When people are like, oh my god, this tastes just like this. If someone tells me to eat hearts of palm instead of mozzarella sticks, I will shove a mozzarella stick.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to try hearts of palm though. But I also, the only reason why I want to is because I can't eat actual cheese.
But same thing with like when people are like, oh, instead of having peanut butter banana toast, have it on a rice cake.
Oh no. Instead of having peanut butter, have sunflower butter.
Instead of banana.
There is a textural difference.
Plantains.
I can't. I'm not touching any bananas.
I know. But like, if you sit down and you're like, you know what? I really enjoy strawberries. And someone looks at you and be like, this is hypothetical. Strawberries are bad for you. You should have this manufactured thing that tastes nothing like it, that you're just going to cover in seasoning and hope to God it tastes something like a strawberry.
That's like 90% of what I eat because I can't have dairy. And I'm like, I want cream cheese. Everything tastes like fucking coconut. Why?
I kind of feel like cashew is a better alternative.
It is, but it does have a very strong like cashew thing. So here's a couple of them that came up for shopping and food management. So take pictures of items in the store or create wish lists to avoid impulse buying. So you know, when you're a kid, I do this specifically for my kid. When your kid's like, oh my God, mom, can I get this? Can I get this? And you're close to a holiday, their birthday, or anything like that. I go, hey, you know what? Let's think about it. Or I'll send it to Santa, or I'll put it on your list, stuff like this. And you get your kid to hold it up and you take a picture of your kid holding it. And then you put it all inside a little folder. So when all those people start messaging you, you're like, hey, do you want this? Or what I did is I sat down and said, hey, let's go through these. I actually don't want that, or I don't want this anymore, because kids always go through phases of stuff that they like. And she picked all of that stuff, and then I went on, added it all to like the Amazon list. Mm-hmm. So that way it was easy because we have people who are out of town. And that worked out really, really great. Or I'll take a picture of something and be like, I'm going to check somewhere else just in case, especially if it's a higher end item. a big thing that I use is the Flip app. That is life-changing for me. And they've adjusted so many different things in it. Like, I love that app. I don't have to have flyers in my house, which reduces clutter, less recycling, and shit all over the place because flyers are so distracting. And then I do that. I plan everything out by store of what I'm going to get. And I have it hooked up so that way I can be
freaking up?
Alexa,
I'm Sarah.
Add blah, blah, blah to my shopping list. So
we're so
I'll
excited
look
to welcome
through the
you
flyers,
to
pick out all the stuff, and then
get ready
after
for
that,
more
we'll send
more
them
insight,
the
a whole lot
essentials
of
in
real
for
talk
each
about
store.
navigating life's roller coasters.
Then I'll go on the Alexa
and
list and
pop
see what I said. Like,
culture
hey, I'm
and,
out of, while I'm cooking, hey, I'm out of
have
soy sauce or something like that.
ADHD.
And
We've
get those
got
things. And determine, like, is it a need now or a need later? And sometimes I put it on the
season
need later section of the
we're
list.
hoping to have some incredible surprises in
freezing
store,
excess
as
produce
you probably,
to prevent
if you've ever
spoilage.
listened to any of our episodes,
I do that.
We
if
just
I can
go
get
on
like
the
a giant
train and
bag of
follow it
spinach
to
for
our
like
destination.
$8,
Yeah,
I'll
from
split
like
it up into
personal
4 bags,
stories to views
press all the air
on
out
things
of
that are
it,
going
and
on
stick
in
3 of
this
them in the freezer.
very
You can eat
interesting
spinach.
world that we're in
a
at
lot
this time.
of the leafy
And
greens
diving into
that
topics
bad. I can't
we have
consume
decided
the level
to
of iron.
hyper-focus
Yeah.
on.
So we're tackling everything from
Usually
self-discovery
we
to
do,
current
like,
events and
tomatoes,
adding our unique
zucchini,
burnt-out perfectionist
bananas.
twist, of course.
Yeah.
So please like, subscribe, and share. We're
I
on
don't
Apple
know.
Podcasts,
I don't know.
Spotify, YouTube,
Instagram,
Instagram,
banana
TikTok,
bread
Pinterest,
out of like fresh
Threads.
bananas.
I mean,
I
kind of.
do, but
Is
that's
it
when
really
they're
on
like
Threads?
very brown, and I'm like, I don't want to put them in the
kinda same thing
freezer
for us,
because
which
they
used to be
become
Twitter.
like the
Newly
boomerangs
Snapchat.
of
And of
freezer
course we
hell
have
when you
email.
try to clean out the
But
freezer.
that's also
All
like
around
I
the
feel like
same
that's
as
slightly different
burnt-out
because then they're
perfectionist
already
or
on
burnt-out
that page.
perfectionist
They're
pod.
already-
Anything
People
that
take, like,
has our cover is
perfectly
us
good
as of right now.
bananas
We
and they're
don't have
like,
any fan
we
pages,
make
but us
banana
they
bread.
do.
I'm like, that's
Hi.
not banana bread level.
Why does it not have spots?
So I feel
and,
like
yeah,
that's
let's take
for
a journey.
aesthetic purposes.
Yes.
And they
So
either look like
basically
they're
what we
doing
mean is
using
mark
them,
calendars,
and
hit
they're
that
not
subscribe
actually using them.
button,
Like I feel
and
like
join
I'll
us
just
on
watch
the
it
journey
pop
of
up in the
season 2 of
background.
Burnt-Out Perfectionist.
I was going to say, call your
another
mom.
thing that I
Call your
heavily
dad.
utilize is
Call your
frozen
sister.
produce, so
Please
like frozen
like,
vegetables
subscribe,
specifically,
and share to
because
all
I
of your
figured out a way to
friends.
make them not mushy and disgusting
No,
and
we're
gross.
committed to bringing
And
fresh
then
content every week with
frozen
breaks only
fruit,
for
so say if
natural
I
disasters
want to
and
have
some
like
holidays.
Yeah,
I don't
depending
know,
on
a
how we
smoothie
feel.
or something
Because
like
you know
that. I'll
what?
get
Life's a
stuff like
journey,
that
and we're
instead of having
navigating
like
it
fresh stuff because
one
it's already
episode
frozen. It
at
helps
a
with the
freaking
consistency.
time.
But you can also like
Always
if
stay
you
woke
say
and twisted
you
as
want to
ever.
drink like smoothies and you actually like these smoothies, you can meal prep different smoothies and they're like in the separate bags and stuff and
Yeah.
freeze them.
I've done that where it's just a bag and go, and it's like you grab it, and my husband would like inspect each one because I just put random shit in, and then he'd dump it in, so that way you're not putting too much in. Because sometimes when you go to make smoothies, you're like, I'm making smoothies for an army, and you're like, shit. So we have a couple more suggestions that we're going to have. So we will sign up for this one. We'll call this part 1 of ADHD or life hacks that we have found.
So check out next week's episode, which will be part 2, which will cover more of like technology, mental health, while this one was more like household.
Yeah.
Lifestyle. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for listening. And always stay warped and twisted as ever.
Peace. Thank you so much for listening to us on YouTube. You can find us on all of the socials: Instagram, Pinterest,
TikTok,
Facebook,
Snapchat.
yes. And we also started a Discord, and I'm on, and we're on Reddit. But you know, those ones we can only do so many things so many times, people.
Yeah. As you can tell by the list of are we here. But if you're more of a like just an audio type person, we're on Spotify Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. I think we're on Pandora, iHeartRadio, and you can also check us out on the RSS feed,
Oh yeah,
which we also found out has its own website, which is pretty sick.
it is pretty sick. Well, thank you so much for listening, and feel free to go re-listen to some of the episodes that we have.